Hey, good morning, YouTube. Getting ready to come at you today with a couple little things. First, though, tag. I'm it. I've been tagged by BroSense, and BroSense wants me to discuss clone houses and are they good. And then I'm also going to let you guys know what I wore today and give you my first impressions. Not first impressions. Give you my review of it. So, without further ado, let's get going. This is DB, and I'm about to take you behind the nonsense. So let's start with the cologne that I wore today. It is going to be Dior Privé Balade Sauvage. So basically, what this is just another Dior fragrance. It seems like, your Dior's and your Terry Muglers, they all have that DNA in it. They're all the same thing. And can always smell a Dior. To me, Dior is very baby powderish. I mean, it wasn't bad. I liked it. But to me, it's just got that DNA that's undeniable. So, the projection on it was 2 hours. It smelled pretty good. I enjoyed the dry down better. I mean, the projection better than the dry down. The projection was pretty strong for 2 hours. It was a little bit more than an arm's length away. Lasted a good 9 hours on my skin and on my shirt. So I was very, very impressed with it. So once again, Dior Privé Balade Sauvage by Dior. I'd get it. I wouldn't wear it too long. I mean, Dior's Sauvage and all them are just not anything that I care to wear. I'm not a huge fan. I had it in my collection. I did wear it, but it was just, when you got so many fragrances, you pick and choose what you like, and you're able to get rid of the other ones. So, without further ado, want to get into talking about clone houses and are they good? Are they good for business? So here's my discussion about clone houses. I think they're great. I think what these guys are doing with clone houses is absolutely wonderful. You got your dossiers, you got your alt fragrances, you got your other guys that do real good jobs. Sensual Obsessions is another one. Here's the thing for me. I appreciate the decanters who actually are able to afford the bottles that these guys are cloning. And that's my recommendation for everybody. Get yourself a decant of the real thing. Sometimes it's 20-25 bucks for 10 ml most of the time. Of course, the more expensive you go, the more expensive it is. But get you one of them, try it out, find you some clones, and test it out. Find the one that's more like that, buy you a full bottle of it. Your Club D and the Wheat Intense, man. To me, that's as good as you're going to get to Adventus. I have not tried the Sensual Obsessions. I did smell test it. If you've seen one of my videos earlier, I think it's pretty spot on as far as the smell test goes. But I would have to wear it and compare it to be able to tell you guys how close I think it is. A lot of people say it's really close. I think personally, once you get into the 80% plus of smelling like something, you're already good to go. I have a fragrance down in there that is compared to Aventus. But it has a crushed pineapple opening. It's very pineapple-ish. But once it dries down, it's got the sort of kind of Aventus vibe. I would give it like a 65% smell to Aventus, but it stands out well on its own. Here's what's going to really make these clone houses really start earning their keep, if you will. I hate to really kind of put it that way, but the original fragrance houses aren't much worried about these guys right now. the true cloning, the way that we see it now with your Central Obsessions and your alts and your duas and all that stuff, has just become really popular. So if you're trying to get a clone of Aventus, Aventus is not seeing, Creed is not seeing Aventus sales drop because of it. That's when these clone houses are going to make their money. So, to me, if I get a fragrance 95% of Aventus, I hate to keep using it, but that's probably one of the most clones out there. If I can get something 95 close to Aventus and get a 100 ml bottle of that for like $60 versus 300, hello. That's just common sense. So I do own several Aventus clones. I'm just not a huge Aventus fan. I think it's overpaid and overplayed. Just in all the groups I was in, I was just so sick and tired of seeing Aventus change hands, and I'm like, it's not that good. It smells great, don't get me wrong. It's not this powerhouse fragrance that everybody has. I like Baccarat Rouge 540 is one that I think I'd rather have than an Aventus. Baccarat Rouge just has a different smell to it, a different nuance to it versus I don't think Creed as a house is really all that great. You Creed enthusiasts might try to shoot me, but that's just my opinion. I haven't met a Creed that I say I have to have in my collection. Honestly, I don't. But yeah, these clone houses, man, it's been real good. For small time guys who really can't afford these niche colognes, man, these clone houses that are doing this stuff, man, are doing a real good job. I think they should keep it up. I think in the next couple of years, you're going to see more and more clone houses pop up. Going to make it cheaper. I know Dossier is another clone house. I have not. They have reached out to me and are going to send me samples, and I'm going to do reviews on those whenever they send them. I'll be happy to give it to you guys. Alt Fragrances is another one who sent me is going to send me a package along with some other people. But Dossier had like 6 50 ml bottles for under $100. If they're anywhere near close to what they're cloning, that's mad cheap. Like, I'm tired, I don't want to do the math, but that's still cheap. 6 50 ml bottles, 300 mLs for $100. That's ridiculous. It's like freaking 30 cents an ml. That's insane. Cuckoo. But anyway, I think it's a real good thing, and keep it up. Especially Central Obsessions. I see Kevin on there all the time. He just launched a Baccarat Rouge 540. He said he compared it to an extrait. He said it was dead on. Well, I'll be the judge of that. We'll let everybody be the judge of that. Anyway, it's been great, guys. I do want to tag a few people. There's a guy by the name of Cali Gent. Want to get him involved. I tag you to do the same video. And Trey Sense, if you get on here, I want to tag you to do the video. I like Trey simply because Trey Sense, he got a lot of colognes, and I know he's got some clones in there. So somebody that has as many colognes as he has ought to have a good opinion of a clone house. And Cali Gent, brother, I don't know you, but my boy Bro Sense talks about you, and he asked me if I would do it. So I always want to give Small Fry Squad shout outs anyway, and I'd like to get to know you, so I'd like to subscribe to your channel and see what you got going on, brother. So without further ado, I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to bed, and I'll be ready to go again. So, ta-da. It's been DB, and I just took you behind the nonsense. You guys have a good morning.